For centuries, artists have been captivated by the myth of this following tale that has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music. The tale derives from the classical period of ancient Greece. It was about a princess from Phoenicia. She was a beautiful and pure young woman who caught the eye of none other than the pagan god Zeus. He was so enamored by her, he took the form of a white bull. The bull fascinated the young woman, who then mounted the bull on its back. Zeus carried her away and seduced her. Our holy scriptures prophesy hundreds of years prior to this period in ancient Greece that in the end times there will be a world civilization characterized by godlessness and evil. They also foretell that in the last days will be a great falling away, a great apostasy from the ways of God. How do the two go together? And what does an apostasy require? It requires that one has once known God, then a falling away can take place. Thus, a civilization that once knew God will end up as a civilization of godlessness. How does that happen? In the case of the princess, it was a matter of abduction and seduction. Could that happen as well to a civilization? The princess was called Europa. It is from her name we are given the name Europe, the continent in which we find Britain, France, Germany, and the rest, including Greece, an entire civilization bearing the name of a woman seduced by a pagan god. Europe was once the center in the sending forth of God's word across to the Americas, South Pacific, and Asia. But as it turned away from God, it was seduced by other gods and carried off by other gospels. Other gospels like humanism, gospels like communism, fascism, and Nazism. This wasn't just an ancient myth coming out of Greece. It was a prophecy, a dark prophecy about a god that seduces an entire continent and taking the form of a bull. The bull is no coincidence. Recall in our Prophecies Uncovered series, where we explored how the apostasy of ancient Israel and how they turned to Baal, who assumed the form of a bull. And as we also explored in the Mysteries Uncovered series, Zeus is just another form of Baal, and Baal is Satan. They are all the same satanic principality, the same enemy seeking destruction. And that is precisely what happened in Europe. Only after turning away from God have we seen so much destruction coming out of Europe, more than any other civilization in human history. For when you depart from the light, the darkness will abduct you, and when you turn away from God, you'll end up seduced by the God of your turning. Therefore, we should always see the sign of the bull whenever the enemy is seducing an entire civilization. When Israel turned away from God, they turned to Baal. It was the god of their apostasy and the gods of their apostasy. You see, there wasn't just one Baal, but many manifestations of the one. The many were called the Baalim. There was a Baal for everything, a Baal for every desire, every indulgence, and every sin. Today, the Baals of your life are whatever you give the highest place in your life to, whatever you live for. If it's anything other than God, that's your Baal, and you are worshiping it, whether you admit it or not. And there is a mystery to Baal. It's in his name. The name of Baal actually means master. The Hebrews thought the Baals were there to serve them, but it was the other way around. Because of the Baalim, the people of Israel would end up losing everything they valued most. You see, whatever your Baal is, it will always end up mastering you. It will become your master. Some are balls of success, others by the balls of power, yet others balls of pleasure and carnality and lust, even money, or even of self. There is another meaning to the name Baal. It also means owner. And what does that reveal? You become owned by the Baal you worship, which is essentially what a slave is. You become possessed by your possession, by the idol you serve. In Prophecies Uncovered, we explored that Israel was a foreshadowing of America today. America has followed in the footsteps of ancient Israel because America is the new Israel, according to the ancient mystery. And it is no wonder that New York City, a shadow of Jerusalem, would see the same mystery unfold as Baal presents himself again in the same form as he did in ancient times. The Baalim of America has been its money and power, represented by the place from which its power of commerce first appeared, Wall Street. The bull stands like the idol it has always been. It embodies and characterizes the rise of investment prices that brings wealth and riches, in which is named a bull market. However, God is the true master, the true owner, and yet the one who gives himself to you to become your possession, so that by giving yourself freely to him, you will no longer be mastered or owned by anything, the only way to be freed from slavery. Because if the enemy owns you in whatever Baal you idolize and follow, he will lead you to the place he wills to bring you, and that will ultimately be the place he is destined to, hell. And there will be nothing you could do at that point. Thus, you must free yourself today, now, while you still can. Want to know how you can break free from your chains? Please watch my special presentation on the gospel message and how it breaks down just why you need salvation and what you simply have to do to be saved by the one who paid the price for your freedom. The link is found in the description of this video. Do that, and I will see you in paradise.